Why is the government cutting spending when we need more? I'm Kalila Reynolds, founder of Money Media, Money Made Simple. So Finance Minister Fayval Williams recently tabled a $1.3 trillion budget for the 2025-26 financial year, which starts in April. That's actually 9% less than it spent the year before. And if you factor in inflation, it's 14% less. But don't we need more, not less? More resources, more pay, more spending on roads and schools? And aren't we doing better now, so can't we afford to spend more? The answer is yes and yes. The smaller budget is actually because the government will be spending substantially less on debt repayments this year. By the end of March, debt to GDP will be less than 70%. The lowest it's been in 30 years and among the lowest in the Caribbean. 12 years ago, debt to GDP was almost 150%. Debt servicing this year is down to $340 billion, or about 29% of the budget. 12 years ago, debt servicing literally took up half of the budget. Even up to last year, Jamaica spent almost $500 billion paying back debt. $491 billion to be exact. And because we're spending less on debt, that gives the government more room to spend on other things. They're planning to spend $857 billion on things other than debt this year. Last year, they spent $850 billion on other things. So even though this year's budget is smaller, they're spending $7 billion more on salaries, roads, schools, and stuff the country needs. And that's the bottom line.
Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to the channel of upright men and women. Guys, at the beginning of the video, just before the intro, I posted some good news about my country. Any and every patriotic Jamaican, everybody who loves their country, is going to celebrate this because this is what is making our country a wonderful place, something that can make us proud. Unfortunately, not all of us are going to be proud about that piece of news. Enough people, seeing what I said there, Bex because nothing good not supposed to come out of Jamaica unless it's their party in power. Now, this is a channel for upright men and women, and I expect that every Jamaican should support Jamaica regardless of which party might be in power. That is facing the truth and facing all the facts regardless of where you stand. Something can be true because of who you like, and the same thing is lie because of who you don't like. Truth is just what it is and should be accepted all the time. Now, I have always considered myself to be a patriot. And as a patriot, it is my duty, and I think it is the duty of all Jamaicans also, to support good wherever it comes from and condemn evil wherever it comes from, without fear or favor to orange or green or blue or any other color. You can't hear a piece of facts or get a piece of news, and you have to look at which color shirt, whether it's an orange shirt or a green shirt the person have on first, before deciding whether it's true or false. If you do that, you don't have no integrity. If you do that, you're just a blind political tribalist. Now, where am I coming from with all this? Well, on Saturday, April 19th, I put out this video. And in it, I lay out some facts. Fact one, that we have kicked off more doors and killed more gunmen in the past 3 months or going 4 months had been killed in that same period of time in 2024. And because I am somebody who one gunman for dead, that it was something I was very upbeat about. At the same time, I also publicized and lauded the fact that murders had dropped 37.5% this year than the same time last year. And for that, I was over the moon. Things were heading in the right direction in terms of having a safer Jamaica. Now, you people of integrity, you not gonna believe this, but I had several pushbacks against that. I also played a clip of Jamaica's Prime Minister at the opening of a business and manufacturing center somewhere in St. Catherine, where he reiterated that this was his program and this was what he was doing and he was going to see it through to ensure that Jamaica becomes a safe place to live, work, grow a family and do business. And for you people of integrity who are listening to this, I got a lot of pushback. How dare I come out and say that there's anything good happening in Jamaica? How dare I? They got in my inbox, they got in the comment section and they cuss me out. Now, why would people cuss me out just because I saw good things happening in my country and decide that I would actually highlight it? To answer that, let me say one thing. I have always said that politics and religion are the two most brutal, malevolent, and pervasive forms of mind control. And when one sells their soul to a God, whether that God be a politician or a religion, or a pastor or a obeahman, they will sell out their own country if it comes to the test. And they'll do it in an instant. They'll do like Abraham and be willing to stab them son to death and burn the body. Now, at first, I was never going to make this video or comment on it further because I thought to myself that if I speak out against this, I may lose some viewers and subscribers. And really and truly, the whole point of having a YouTube channel is to gain as many YouTubers, as many viewers and subscribers as possible. But then again, when I think about it, why would I be concerned about losing people who hate their country? First of all, such people doesn't even belong on a channel that is marketed as being one for upright men and women. They don't even belong here anyway. Second of all, if I am brave enough to take on the mighty, the greatest evil on earth, that is the perfect parasite up north, if I am prepared to run this YouTube channel at my own expense for free without monetization, all in the interest of my fellow Africans and in the interest of my country, I made these sacrifices and I'm making these sacrifices for my country and my African people alike. Then what is it to me to lose some people who actually hate my country or choose their political party above the interest of their country? As I said before, I'm a super patriot. And in all honesty, if it was the PNP in power right now and doing all these good things that I see happening in my country, I would have praised the PNP. So this is not about politics. This is about patriotism. Now, I could read several of these letters, of these comments regarding the pushback against what I had lighted and the new situation that is dawning in the country. But I'm going to give you a typical one which would express the general sentiment of the people who are pushing back against me. And this one comes from one Sidney Reed. Now, Sidney Reed, 1366, said, "Advisor, Mr. Patriot, what is so historic about the little trivial speech that Andrew gave? You know what would be historic? If the ICC certified his statutory declarations. Now you seem to be the fanatic for not seeing the real issues facing the country, but I come and create excitement about a little drop in the bucket statement where Andrew make. Now, remember what I told you guys in a previous, well, I've said it on many occasions, but I've always said that when it comes to fanatics, they cannot be reasoned with because facts, logic, rational, common sense, reason, evidence, nothing can get them to think objectively. Objective reality means absolutely nothing to a fanatic. Now, I'm quite sure that this individual does not live in a bulb. What he has failed to acknowledge because of his blind political fanaticism is that almost 100 gunmen have been killed since the start of the year. And you know what else is obvious? Not just obvious, but unprecedented. Murders have dropped 37.5%. But he doesn't give one flying folk about that because it does not fit into his partisan political agenda. As I've always said, love of country comes first. Now, he's talking about Andrew's speech, but actions speak louder than words, and he has not addressed the actions. Because the speech wasn't even necessary. Because the fact that him killed over 100 gunmen and saved so much lives speaks for itself. But that didn't matter. The facts did not matter. What matters was throwing cold water pan the man, pan Waimadu, pan Waimse. In other words, folk up Jamaica as much as you can, because when anything different does not fit in with the blind political agenda. And that is something that we as Jamaicans have got to go beyond. Because preceding his speech, there was actions, undeniable facts that he spoke about. The facts which preceded the actions were just swept under the carpet because why? Saving lives of innocent Jamaicans is not, or should I say, does not fit in with the agenda of some people. Because in some people's agenda, it would be a pleasure for them to see blood run down Sandy Gully. That's people dead every day more and more. A Sodom would have rejoiced because their interest is not about Jamaica. It is about their narrow political interest. This is the worst thing about people like those. They are willing to folk up their country to suit the ambitions of their blind political politics. The many lives that have been saved mean nothing to them. In fact, they would rather that those lives not be saved just so they can gain more political material. Or should I say, gain more propaganda material that will support their narrow political interest. At this point, I'm going to quote another subscriber who actually came under the same comment section and posted this. And this person's name is Lynford Wilson. I'm going to call his name Lynford Wilson. And this is what Lynford Wilson said. I acquiesced absolutely in what you and the PM has said and affirmed. I have always been a socialist and I still am. But Andrew Holness has won me over due to his splendid governance. God bless Andrew Holness. Now, this person is clearly a comrade. But notwithstanding this person being a comrade, this person have the integrity to say country first. Hear what the person say? I am still a socialist. I may not change. And it don't mean that me change because I go support Jamaica once things are go good. It just I say Jamaica first. Now this is a true patriot. And all I'm asking Jamaicans to do, all Jamaicans, is to put Jamaica first. We can't born here and live here, and just because of narrow political views, we become like screwworm maggots eating out the belly of our own country for narrow political interest. Now, I'm not speaking for one party or the other. I'm speaking on behalf of Jamaica. It's about what is best for Jamaica. And don't call yourself a patriot if you're going to side with evil. Because if you side with anything that is not in the interest of Jamaica, it is impossible for you to be a good person. As I said, I'm willing to take any boss ass for my country. I'm willing to make any sacrifice for my country. So whoever wants to nail me to the cross, go ahead, nail me to the cross. It has been said that he who stands on principles will find that it is a very lonely place to stand. Well, I, the advisor, is prepared to stand in that lonely place. If I'm me alone, I go stand up and support country. I know personally that there are more people with integrity in this country. And I mean on both sides of the political fence, both in orange and in green. And there are a lot of patriots on both who wear both colors and who are willing at the end of the day when the rubber hit the road to put country first. And I'm urging you, people, put country first. Uno can't go live up at 89 Old Hope Road. Uno can't go live at Belmont Road. I don't know what number up there so is. But uno can't go none of them two places they go live or go beg when you're hungry. Therefore, uno have to choose Jamaica. Thanks for listening. Like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.